3, 2, 1. Welcome to St. Mary's! Woo! Welcome to St. Mary's. Follow us into the Office of Admissions.
Let's go!
So this is the Office of Admissions. Pretty much you go, if you have any questions, you come here, and Jenna's going to talk more about her experience here.
So I ended up choosing the school because one of the directors of admissions actually talked to me, and I ended up writing a paper about the book Wander, and I related it to myself. And during the experience of the first time I actually came here and visited here, they ended up quoting the paper for me, so they kind of showed that they actually read it. And because of the small class size, they actually pay attention to each student. And because of that, they give out really nice scholarships to people of class sizes, and they really try to help you out versus a bigger school that kind of just sees you as another person. They see you as an individual.
Yeah, and with my experience, scholarships were a big thing, and the price sticker on the school may look a little high, but this school does a very good job handing out scholarships and making sure that everybody gets a fair chance for a college education. And one of the biggest reasons I chose this school was because of the small class sizes, the student-teacher ratio, which is 1 to 21, and just the nice people, visiting around campus and seeing everyone and meeting everyone. Everyone just was so positive, and you can go around campus and see friendly faces, and I say hi to my friends as I see them in the plaza, and just all great things. So,
Which we'll show you about later in this episode, I guess, about the plaza, the great outdoors, and pretty much class sizes that make it so welcoming, and the teachers are very understanding and they accommodate you very well. Down the stairs, as you just saw up there, this is Hendrickson, and there's a lot of classes down here that most freshmen won't really see or they'll be confused where Henderson even is, but it's also in St. Mary's.
Yep, and then there's also the IT desk, so if you have any electronic issues, you can go there. There's a bunch of computer labs, which are used for classes, and if you need to use them at all. And then there's also student success and a few other offices, like the registrar if you need to sign up for classes, or any other important offices that you may need.
As we go right over here, you'll see the IT desk right down there.
Welcome to the Writing Studio. This is where you can come to get help on all your writing and papers. So here's where you can come to get a peer tutor. And what's different between peer tutors and teacher tutors is that it's a classmate's perspective instead of a teacher's perspective. So they can be a little more compassionate and helpful with your work.
This is the Student Success Center, and in here you can, if you have any mental or physical disabilities, you can get help with accommodations. You can also get tutors or set up any weekly meetings you need, and you can also, let's say, take tests down here, anything you need, and it's a very helpful place for any student, not just students with disabilities.
So Karen actually helps run this place, and she's very kind. She ended up helping me. I have an anxiety disorder, so she ended up helping me having my own testing center, so I take my test in here in a closed space so I don't really get distracted. And then if you need more accommodations, they can have it read to you, the test, or they can even, help you fill it in for you, as long as you know your stuff. Also, they give you other accommodations like they can have the book read to you and much other things. So right here's financial aid, and here they ended up helping me with scholarships, and pretty much you can look for other ones, and they kind of help you plan out how much you're actually going to pay, or if you want to take out loans and all that.
Next, we have the business office, and in the business office, you can buy bus passes, and they also help you look for jobs on campus.
The next one is registered office. This will be the place that you can figure out everything that you need for your next semester, like adding classes, dropping classes, looking for minor, looking for major, and they show you all the classes that are able for each semester.
Yeah, so pretty much if you have any issues or any concerns, or if you need to figure out classes, financial aid, you know, pretty much anything really that you may need will probably be in one of these offices.
They're all very friendly, and they all try to help you to the best of their ability and very understanding.
Welcome to the second floor of St. Mary's. Welcome to St. LaSalle Chapel. This chapel is called St. LaSalle Chapel due to St. Mary's Lasallian tradition.
Here in this place, many students can come and practice their faith, their Catholic faith, as John the Baptist LaSalle did in his studies.
Let's go in. Welcome to the Cotter Cafe. Let's take a look. What are they up to? As you can see, you can have a lot of fun in this room.
to the library. Come join us.
So here in St. Mary's, the library has an online extension where you can search for your books, journals, articles, things that you need to do with paper or to study. So if you come and see how to use, they have like many options. So they have like search, so you can like just put like a name, like let's say my class theology. We go theology like this, we click search, and we just wait that it works. Like this website also you can find in your computer, but when you are here already you can find all the results. So like just like this, it's going to tell you if it's available. So it says available in Winona campus. In some cases you can order. There are many ways to search, like subject, author, locations, everything. And even one of the greatest thing about this website is that you can like send an email or print it out, like have links or everything. So this is like a great application that the library give us to all the students at St. Mary's. I have been using it and it's really good for any papers. You can find all you can like trustworthy resources for your papers and academic papers. So here at the library we can have many ways to get your sources. So you can have the book, or you can make copies, or even you can make online copies. So to get your books, you just can like go find your books, go to the front desk, give your ID, and they're going to register to have your books. They're going to remind you when you have to return it. If you want to make copies, you have to buy it, and just kind of the copier. But there's like one that I most prefer, which is like a scan, and the scan using this, and it's going to send you an email. So I can show you how to do that. So first of all, you go to like content printer, and you select the scanner option. You add kind of an email address. So you are going to manual entry. You enter your name, your email, I'm sorry, whatever. Press OK. You scan settings, so like scan size. You scan it, just a normal book. Press start. And when it's finished, you just press these options, and this is going to send you an email, and you're going to have your scan copy. So you can have this book scanned, or like the sources that you needed in your email. You can make copies of those and have like a better way to use sources here in St. Mary's.
Right now, we're at the lower level of the library, so we have to be very quiet.
Hi, we are now on the third floor of the library. This is a study room, and they have about 4 or 5 of these on the third floor. It's a great place to study with your friends. You can be a little bit louder. It's more social. You can use the whiteboard over there to draw equations for math or science, and you can connect your computer to the TV here for an AirPlay if you want to show any videos or watch a movie for a class or anything like that.
Screw that. Or you could just use the system to game, chillax, have a fun time, party even if you even want, or do whatever you want.
Also, you have a wonderful view, and here in the library is just kind of like a place where you can have like peace, less distraction. But as they say, you can study or you can have fun.
the plaza. Here in this place, you can study, you can have your food, you can share with your friends, saying hi to people, and enjoy with nature outside.
You can also just relax, enjoy the wind, kind of just chill, and kind of just get to know your friends better by socially interacting with them.
So this is the plaza again, and the Student Activities Committee, they hold a bunch of events such as a foam party, they hold dances, sometimes they get a DJ out here, you know, just a bunch of fun activities. And it's a great place to hang out and, you know, see your friends across campus.
Yeah, I can say I came here for a freshman dance party, and it was great. They played 2000s music that nobody knew, and it was super fun. We played a lot of games. They had Mario Kart set up on a giant screen, so you can just come here and have a blast.
Track in the soccer field. I played tennis, I'm not cut out for this, but a lot of games are held right here, a lot of track meets. Not only St. Mary's uses this, but also some other schools, some high school, Cotter High School uses this. There's a ton of events here. Huge thing on St. Mary's campus. Everyone comes to the games, a lot of supporters. I gotta keep going. I'll see you in a minute.
Welcome to the field. So this is the softball field, and then this is the baseball field.
We're gonna head down and go across the bridge to the trails. Come on, follow us. Welcome to the game room.
Down in the bottom toner, we got shuffleboard, ping pong, pool, foosball, some different games. You know, a great place to hang out, enjoy with friends.
And if you walk over here, there's the mailroom, and then even farther, there's the bookstore. We'll go into those later.
This is the mailroom.
I wonder
Here
if
is where you can get all your mail.
Have you seen
Everything gets delivered here. Here's your outgoing mail. Here you can send mail to anyone who's off campus. And over here, you can send your mail to everyone who's on campus.
so also in the mailroom, there's this, so after hours you're able to pick up packages. They put it in, you get an email with a code, and then you just type in the digits, as you can see here, hit continue. Also can put in your student ID, and then one of these will just pop open. More mail!
Welcome to St. Mary's Bookstore. Come in.
So as you can see here, you can get a ton of food, caffeine stick, snacks. They also have 50% off food items all the time, so if you want a cheap snack, or if you just want some drinks, they also have that here instead of using the vending machine. Or you could use this nifty thing to have more caffeine in your drinks.
Jenna, are we ready to check out yet?
Yeah.
I mean, you can get a teddy bear, you can get a shirt, like water bottles and mugs. I mean, like this hat.
Oh yeah, this hat.
Yeah, you can take that. All right, you ready to go?
Yeah, let's
All right,
go.
let's get out of here.
But before we leave,
We should
we
probably
also
do
have to
this.
be mindful about the textbook information. So here in the bookstore you can find all the books that you need for your classes. Also you can rent it or you can buy it new.
The real stuff.
This is the place where you can have all your materials ready to go for your semester, to study and find. That is much everything that you need in bookstore.
Are you gonna rent or buy this semester?
I don't know. I haven't checked my bookstore, but we'll see what happens.
Let's go check it out.
Yeah.
Welcome to Campus Safety. If you need a parking pass, or if you need to get your student ID replaced, or if you have any incidents on campus, these are the people that will help you. Okay, let's go to the gym. Come on, boys. We also have a giant swimming pool here.
Alright, so this is the rack. We got some swimming locker rooms over there because the pool is right connected between the locker rooms. And then this is the track right here. And then they have basketball floors, and any sport can really use it. They have a baseball net set up in the back over there. There is a team weight room right here, and they have squat racks and everything else you would need.
And then there's the individual weight room way back there.
Yep. And that's got a lot more cardio, some treadmills, you know.
Less machinery.
Yeah, less machinery. And then right up above, we also have a dance studio, and that's for yoga, dance classes, you know, all the above. A ballroom dance club uses it. So pretty much most of the students on campus use this whole area.
Wanna go play?
Yeah, let's go.
Welcome to Immaculate Heart of Mary Seminary. Follow me to the main entrance. So, you're probably wondering what we do over here at the seminary. So if you walk with me, I'll tell you. So, what is a seminary? Well, seminary is where we come to dwell with Jesus and to grow in our relationship with Him so that we can discern more deeply our vocation. We work on 4 pillars here at the seminary: spiritual, intellectual, pastoral, and human. These 4 pillars are very important in priestly formation because each aspect is present in a priestly life. So if you follow me, we'll come over to this first room here. This is Father Kern's office. He's our vocations director. And we have 4 priests here staying at the seminary with us. So Father Kern works with the Winona Rochester guys as well as everyone here, and just is a great presence here in the seminary. This is Father Dobbs' office. He's our spiritual director. So I personally don't have him as a spiritual director, but he hears our confessions and does a whole bunch of other things, and is always there for us when we need anything when it comes to the spiritual life. And down this way, we have the chapel, and we'll look inside there a little later. Here we have a picture of Pope Francis, and right next to him is Bishop Quinn. So he is the bishop of this diocese and the shepherd of this household. Here is Ramona's office. She's our office administrator. She basically takes care of all of us seminarians here and makes sure we're in line and have everything taken care of. This is Father Horhan's office. He is our rector. And what the rector does is he's basically the head honcho of the household, and he lets us in on all the info and makes sure we're in line. And but he's awesome. We love him, and he does a really great job. This is our billboard. If you want to know anything, or if you don't want to know anything, look at this billboard, or don't look at this billboard. Yeah, mostly everything you need to know is up on this billboard. It just tells us everything that's happening throughout the week, and so we shouldn't miss a thing if we're paying attention. This is Father Schaefer's office. He's our vice rector. Vice rector is basically a rector, but a vice rector. So he's fun. He teaches one of my classes, and he's awesome to have here. This room here is one of our meeting rooms. You come here and we have conferences and stuff. And over here is our library. Yeah, so we have 58 guys staying here right now at the seminary, and it's awesome. We're all from different dioceses all over the United States, and some people are even international. And it's awesome that we get to have everyone here to dwell together as brothers and to grow together in our relationship with Jesus. And this is Allison's office. She really likes to help us out with all of our money stuff because she's our accounting person. And she keeps us afloat so we don't go under.
Just as Ethan was mentioned about how the formation in the seminary works, I'm going to give you guys one of the human part in seminary, which is living in community. So by living in community, we share meals, we share our feelings, we share many things together as a really good friendship, I would say brotherhood. So here is the napkin box. So we have our own napkin. We have like our list with the number of each napkin. So for breakfast, for dinner, we share together here. So let's come to the dining. I will show you the dining. So here is the dining room at St. Mary's. Not St. Mary's, I'm sorry, about the IHM Seminary. But we have our meals, like the food from Toner. So there's like a really group of seminarians that take cares about the food. So they bring the food from Toner and they set it as a buffet style, and we share our meals. So this is a really important part of formation, living in community, especially here in Immaculate Heart Mary, because you have house jobs. So either you belong to the dining, which means that you have to clean the tables, the chairs, or you're in the kitchen crew, that you bring all the food, or the dish crew, or clean the bathrooms, sacristan,
who is the guy who takes care about the chapel, yard crew, all the sections in the house that you have to clean. So we live in community. That's a part of the human pillar. If you follow me, there's going to be the kitchen. So this is our kitchen.
So as Luis said, this is our kitchen. And so I'll show you over here everything we got. So we have this big coffee machine and hot water machine. So we have mugs out all the time and various different items like tea, sugar, honey, and you can have your own tea or you can make coffee any time of the day. We normally have coffee with breakfast, and guys will stop in here and there to just fill up their mugs or their travel mugs and bring it to class. And then we have our fruit juice machine. We have a variety of different flavors, including water, which is not a juice. Got a bunch of cups for those, and then we have cereal dispensers for breakfast. Most of the guys come and they'll have cereal or they'll have eggs, which I'll show you that in a bit. Over here we have our, this is where we put all of our dirty dishes, right next to the sink, and we'll have dish crew come in and they'll clean the dishes. So what they'll do is they'll spray off all the dishes, and then they'll end up putting them in this big machine right here, which washes all the dishes, and then they'll come over here and they can dry the dishes here, or they can hand wash everything here. So we have different sanitizers and then water, so you can wash your own dishes and clean everything off. Over here we just have different like utensils up here as well as in the drawers, and just a few spices and stuff. Down here we have sugars and flour, different stuff for cooking. And here's just some miscellaneous stuff, pots and pans. Here you can, there's snack bins, so we can all come and throw snacks in there and share them, as well as bagels and bread for breakfast. And a lot of guys like to come over here and cook their own eggs in the morning. We also have fruit and some other stuff. And over here, this is kind of a mishmash area. We have, you can, if you're making dough, you can use that. Or this is what we use in the morning to make our toast, or toast our bagels, and then a microwave. And then if you follow me back here, we have a little spice closet here with like cinnamon and all sorts of other stuff. And a big old freezer and a big old fridge. And then over here we normally just keep some extra food that the community can use. Yeah, so that's the kitchen.
Great. So Ethan and I decided to show the seminary in order to give a briefly explanation of what the seminary is. Immaculate Heart Mary belongs to St. Mary's University, and they have been here together since they founded this university and this campus.
Yeah, I think it's really important just to educate the students on campus as to what the seminary is, because I always get questions from various students asking, "Oh, what do you do there? What is it like in the seminary?" Because people haven't even like been in the seminary, and so I think it's really good that we're able to use this video to give a brief look into what the seminary is, and to show people that we aren't weird and crazy.
Well, we are a little weird.
We are a little weird, yeah, but
still
yeah,
important to show how blessed we are to be here. And I believe that St. Mary's building is the brain, but here Immaculate Mary is the soul of all the campus. Thank you so much for watching.
Okay, hi. My name is Jenna, and for this project we ended up talking about intro to St. Mary's and all that kind of stuff. And now I'm going to do a more personal part and kind of share my experience and what I like and what advice I would give to freshmen. So my experience with St. Mary's has been very well. My major is psychology, so here I'm going to focus more on the mental health aspect. So some advice that I would give upcoming freshmen would be to just relax. And yes, grades are very important, but more focus on your mental health. It's okay if you get a B instead of an A and not resting very well every night. So just more focusing on what your priorities should be. And some things that St. Mary's offers that's different than most aspects is they actually have a mental health facility. So they have counselors and therapists that have been very great and helpful to most students, and they do a program more for 6 weeks, let's say, versus an ongoing therapist. But if you have some trouble, as in mental health in general, they'll help you work on it, and you can meet with them once a week or as often as you need it, pretty much. And I ended up doing therapy there, and I personally really liked it. And sometimes I still go back once in a while if I'm like, hey, my classes are very much stressing me out. And then you can also talk to Student Success that deals with mental health as well, to get more accommodations if that's what you're looking for, if that's what you need, just more focusing on you yourself as an individual. That's one thing that I really like for St. Mary's, is they focus on you as a person versus you as another student, a paycheck. They actually care about who you are. So again, my advice for freshmen would to be simply set it back. I know it's your first year, it's away from home, there's so much stress. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And if you do have any mental disorders, don't be ashamed of sharing them with these people, especially Karen Hemker, that's part of Student Success. And I think that it really has helped students there work with some anxiety or depression issues. For me personally, I have anxiety about reading. So I ended up talking to Karen, and they give me audiobooks because for me, when I look at a book, it's overwhelming for me to see all these pages, and it's kind of stressful. So it has made my college career a lot more helpful, knowing that I have resources to go to. And if they don't seem like enough because they don't really help with your mental health, they just help accommodate you with your mental health, there's always Velazny, which in Velazny there's a mental health facility that we kind of talked about throughout this video. And throughout Velazny, there's students, really people that help, and there's also people of religion if you want spiritual help, and then there's also people that help you with living on campus or off campus. So they kind of help students register to live on campus or not, and they also are helpful. And if you have any incidents of anything very bad happening, like rape or anything that people tend not to talk about, there's campus security, and don't be afraid to speak out. Because if any of this bad stuff has happened to you, they end up talking to this person, and if the event occurred, they will actually kick them off. So I'm just more protecting your well-being. I know it's, you're off home. It's more scary. You're going into a new place that you don't really know. Maybe you don't even have any friends. But really, if you look out for yourself, it will be an amazing school year. You'll find people that end up supporting you and helping you. So going back to the mental health aspect. So in Velazny, there's a health center, which also health as in mental health, and then also physical health. So if you end up missing a class because you're sick, they advise you to go there so you don't get any tardy points, you don't get any missing class, because the school here, which is very nice, is some of the classes, they actually, if you miss some, you actually could lose some points. And they help you with making them up if you go there and showing, hey, I was actually sick, instead of, ditching. So that's what I find really nice. But they also have a mental health facility with, illness as well. So it's a health facility. And with the mental health aspect, they have a lot of different people, and you can switch around if you find a person that doesn't fit for you, because let's be honest, not every therapist is going to be the perfect fit. So what you can end up doing is kind of jumping around, and they pretty much have new people most of the time. So if you didn't like someone in the past, you can always come back the next year and see who's new, which I personally like, because sometimes you don't want the same person every time. You want a different perspective. And I've actually gone there one time this semester, actually, and I found it to be very helpful. I was just talking, and I'm like, hey, I'm extremely stressed out. I felt like I was having a breakdown, and it was just a lot of stuff due at one time, and they just listen, talk you through, and give you very helpful advice. So, to freshmen, the advice I would give them is don't necessarily worry about the grade as much. Worry about passing. Worry about doing your best. If you get a B in a class instead of an A, but you know you tried your best and your mental health is still quite good, it's way better than having an A and stressing out the whole time, spending all your time on homework and all that kind of stuff. You need to have friends. And it's very important that you focus on your friends, because they also are peer support, which is different than just having an adult there for you, but it's more helpful to have a person of your own age and maybe that gone through same similarities to talk to. So my advice is don't be afraid to go up to random people. Just say hi. They're all in the same position as you, and might as well make some lifetime friends from it. I know that a few of my friends that I met at the beginning of the year last year, I'm still friends with today, and sure, that's only a year, but they feel like lifetime friends, so that's what I really suggest. And just really take care of yourself. I know there's a lot of stress. It's college. You have to do your best. You may want to go into masters, go into a master program to get that education, but you need to focus on you. Although grades are important, you need to make sure that you're mentally okay. And there's multiple resources that can help you with that, as I mentioned, the last name for mental health, or if you're just straight up sick, they help you too. Or if you just want to talk to someone about religious aspects, you can do that. Also, some advice that I would give are teachers tend to be for you. They want you to succeed and do the best that you actually can. Don't be afraid to talk to them. Don't be afraid to tell them what's going on. Sure, they're not your therapist, but, if you're like, hey, I have 8 assignments due on this day, is there any way that I can move this back a day or two? They're most likely willing to compromise. Just very much advocate for yourself. That's all you really can do in these situations, is focus on you and care about that. You need to remember that although this is college and it's very stressful, that you have to keep grounded and remember that you're your best advocate. Although there's many resources to people to help you, if you don't speak out, how are they supposed to know that they should be helping you? They're just gonna more not realize it. So don't be afraid to talk to Karen or any of these people. It's a beautiful campus. Most people would tend to be there for you. And I wish you the best of luck. Thank you for listening to my little segment. And the reason why mental health is so important to me is because that's my major, psychology, and I just want to help people, and I just want to remember, take a step back, relax, you're going to get through this, and take time to actually work on yourself and learn who you are. That's what college is all about. Okay, thank you.
All right, so I'm just walking into my dorm. I live in Gilmore, down a very large hill that gets a little icy in the winter, but they have quad living here. So I have one roommate, and then we have a suite mate with a shared bathroom. And a little backstory on the nose. Yeah, I was in an intramural championship game for basketball, and in that game, some guy hit me with his forehead, and I possibly broke my nose with a minor concussion. So that's great, but we ended up losing the game, but seminarians won, so good for them. And we're almost at my room. I am about to show you a very messy dorm room. This is what a messy dorm looks like. It's great. There's a lot of stuff everywhere. A lot of laundry and a lot of garbage. And yeah, let's get out of here. It's finals week. A lot of grinding to do. All right, and as we walk down the hall, here's the lobby. This whole nice area. They have a TV, some couches. And then there's another lobby downstairs. 2 people studying. Brando, Jay, what's up? Another lobby down there. And then now I'll show you guys what a clean dorm room looks like. Jess, hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you, Trev?
Hey, do you think I could interview you for a minute?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
All right, sounds good.
So, Trev, what do you want to ask me?
All right, first question.
Okay, spit it.
What's your major?
Business management.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you have a minor or no?
Yeah, I'm trying to go for graphic design.
Graphic design. Cool. All right, your turn.
You're, okay. Do you play any sports here?
I do. I am on the tennis team, and I also do intramural basketball.
Yeah.
And like I just explained, that's how I got this nice little thing in my nose here.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't talk about it. You were there cheering me on in that game, though.
Yeah, for sure.
That was beast. Number 1 fan.
Big fan, big fan.
Do you play any sports here?
Yes, I play golf here, but I just got discontinued, but that's okay. We'll find something else, so,
All right.
but yeah, I play golf.
What about any other hobbies?
Yes, I actually draw. I draw a lot, so.
Do you have any drawings here you can show us?
I got my sketchbook right there if you want to look at that.
Yeah. Let's show me a drawing.
All right.
One of your best ones.
Oh boy, that's scary. I like my drapery pieces. We'll do that. So this is actually a scarf. So I ended up drawing that, and you get like. That's one of the good ones, I guess.
Nice.
Good shading. But yeah, that took me like 30 minutes. Not too bad. 1 hour.
30 minutes?
Yeah.
That would take me like 8 years.
You get kind of fast, but this is what I was doing for my final drawing. So I did this all in pastel, but I used this as my reference. So
all of this in pastel.
yeah.
Yeah, some people are just more talented than others.
But yeah.
You're an animal.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, you got a question for me?
Let's see. Do you get a lot of questions regarding the identity between you and your twin?
Oh. Great question. I probably get called Nolan about... Nolan's my twin, by the way. Probably 8 or 9 times a day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's great. Sometimes I even get called Nolan more than I do Trevor.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Does it make you sad?
No, honestly, I'm so used to it by now. Like that's... I live with him. That's having a brother on campus.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For sure.
All right, I got a question for you.
Okay.
What dorm did you live in last year, and how does it compare to this dorm now?
Okay, so I lived in St. Ed's, which got torn down last year, but
Straight to the ground.
straight to the ground. But it was pretty awful, so I think it's okay. I love
Well.
Gilmore way better, but basically St. Ed's was just like 1 dorm room, and it's very small. Very small. It felt like a shoebox. But anyway,
Yeah.
compared to this year, we have 2 dorms that connect into a bathroom. And basically, I love it. You have basically instead of 2 rooms, you and your roommate, it's actually 4 people living in one area.
Yep.
So I think that's the nice part is having those people to talk to. And yeah, I love the area. There's like friendly community in Gilmore Creek, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, I like the setup too. It's like a lot more roomier. I have a place to move.
Air conditioning.
Air conditioning, yes.
Oh, blessing.
The first day I moved in last year. What was it? Last year? Oh my gosh, it goes by so fast.
Yep.
But it was 102 degrees while moving in, and it was rough in St. Ed's, and they had no AC, so we were like having the box fan right by us the whole time, and we were still sweating buckets. So Yeah.
It was the same thing. I lived in Benilde last year, and
Yeah.
Benilde's still there.
But nasty.
Nasty. It's a little hot in there, but it's like 100 guys shoved into one dorm,
Yeah.
and it's not that terrible. I mean, there's nothing like the only bad thing I'd say is they don't have a dream fountain, but other than that, I absolutely loved it. Made friends within the first week like
Yeah.
that. Everyone on my floor, I knew their names by the first like
Yeah.
3 days. Hung out every
You get to
day.
meet a lot of new people, especially like freshman year. Like I really got to expand on like being able to communicate with a lot of people and like just have a good time. And I think that's the best part about freshman year. You have so many new adventures and you just get to work through it together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Any more questions?
Yeah. What is your biggest pet peeve?
Oh, I cannot wear matching socks. For
You're
sure.
kidding.
No, I haven't worn matching socks since 5th grade.
Is there something wrong with you?
No. The reason's why, because in 5th grade I wore orange matching socks. Hate the color orange, do not like matching socks. And I wore it and I threw up everywhere in class. And then, so then one day, it was like freshman year, I wore the same, like not the same, but it was matching socks. And I threw up again. So I think it's my superstition. So now I can never wear matching socks. But yeah.
That's fun. You got anything else?
What's your biggest niche? Like, what do you do often?
I live my life in phases. So it's not just like I do this all the time. I've done it my whole life. I like one thing and I like it for like 3 months and then I put it down and do a new thing. And for me, playing sports, I've always done it. I've always played basketball, baseball, and tennis.
Mm-hmm.
And I only played tennis in college, but I obviously got injured in basketball and haven't been able to play baseball. But definitely right now it's disc golf.
Disc golf? Yeah.
So
you are
St. Mary's
addicted.
has one of the best disc golf courses.
For sure.
And it's 18 holes and it's through the bluffs. It's absolutely beautiful. One of them, you send it 300 feet all the way down the bluff. Just
Look at that
you
view.
can see the entire campus. It's so sweet. And if you want a game on your phone, Disc Golf Valley, it's great. Definitely download it. It's pretty sweet.
For sure. Freshman, that's a big thing.
Mhm.
Especially you need a break sometimes after
Yeah.
homework, so that's a good thing you could do.
Even when it's snowy, I'm still getting out there and throwing a disc. I mean, why not?
Yeah,
Just
for
go.
sure. But yeah, I think this is the best part too, is like being able to play with other people on the same phone and then also come in. Like I love how you guys come in and you're like, Call of Duty Mobile? Yeah! And we'll come in and play. I think that's the best part of college too, like having that daily interaction.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See, it's weird being home, because being home, you don't see your friends all the time. But in college,
Yeah.
like, you live right next to me. You know, I
Yeah.
can come over to your dorm whenever I
Yeah.
want and hang out.
Your friends
and-
are like your family here, and then when you go home from family, you're like, well, where's my friends? That's where it is. So yeah.
And your friends become family here.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is. It's very much so. You see them every day, and then you just get to talk to them, kind of like what we're doing right now. You always have that connection, being able to go down the hall and just talk to one of your good friends.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, thanks for
Mhm.
interviewing me.
Yeah. She's dating my twin.
And cut.